been 3 days, guys, since I've got this severe cold. Today I'm actually a little better, but still I have this heavy head. Otherwise, I had plans to go out for a ride in the morning, but because of the severe headache and cold, I'm just recovering. So I thought, why not take some rest? Anyways, guys, so today I'm gonna make this video because I've been getting a lot of messages recently. People have been asking me to make a video about how to ride a bike. I thought it wouldn't really make sense to make a video on how to ride a bike, right? It would make more sense for you to learn from your dad or your brother or your friend or also your neighbor, because there are a lot of two-wheeler riders all around you. You can just go and practically learn from them how to ride a bike than me teaching you guys virtually like this about how to ride a bike, right? But I thought I'll make a video about how to ride a powerful bike instead. Say a bike above 600cc with more than 80 bhp of power, because I kind of have experience riding those class of bikes. I have ridden like liter class bikes, 800cc, 600cc bike. So I thought it would make more sense to tell you guys how to ride a powerful bike instead of just telling you guys how to ride a basic bike. When you can learn from a real person about how to ride a bike, you can feel the bike and you can actually learn from there instead of just watching a video. You wouldn't really get anything, right? It's not like 100% guide to ride a bike, but you can think of it like basic guidelines or basic precautions you need to keep in your mind before getting onto a powerful bike. So yeah, this video will be of help to people who are planning to upgrade from a normal bike to a more powerful bike. If you're straight away coming from a moped or a gearless, Honda Activa kind of a vehicle, then I don't think this will really be of use to you. You can still watch this video and you can learn a few things, but there are a few things which I can't teach on the video, like how to release the clutch. You need practical experience in that. You really need to go sit on a normal 100cc bike first to get used to the clutch, to understand how a clutch works and all that. So assuming that most of you guys know how to balance on two wheels and you know how to ride a geared vehicle, here's my guide. First things first, guys, the most important thing, don't get yourself hurt. Go get some basic, at least a helmet. Safety gear is the most important thing before you get onto any bike. Get yourself a helmet, get yourself riding gloves, a jacket and shin guards. Also, it's recommended to wear solid boots, preferably the high ankle ones. But before all that, be comfortable with your safety gear, because I know some people who are not really comfortable riding a bike with all that safety gear. The probability of them meeting with an accident is more if they wear safety gear. Yes, there are such people. If you are that kind of a person, if you're not comfortable riding a bike, a heavy jacket on or with gloves, I urge you to get used to them. Ride a normal bike wearing all that stuff, but never ride a powerful bike, especially if you're a beginner, without any safety gear. Anyways, coming to the main point, before you sit on a powerful bike, just learn a few basics about the bike first. What button does what modes does it have, and all these basics. Make sure the bike is in the lowest mode possible. See, for example, powerful bikes, bikes above 100 bhp and all, they have these modes like the sports mode, the cruise mode, efficiency mode, and all these modes. You definitely don't want the bike to be in sports mode when you're riding a powerful bike for the first time. So you might need to check that. It may also have the ABS off. So if you're a beginner, it's better you switch on the ABS. Also understand a few things about the bike, the technicalities. How powerful is the bike? How does the torque work in it? When does the torque really kick in? Because you don't really want to be taken by surprise when you unknowingly accelerate it like a 150cc bike. They're very powerful. The torque is like super crazy. Few bikes produce torque at a higher RPM. So you need to know all these things so that you are not taken by surprise. So yeah, just learn about these basic things first. Next will be the braking. Some bikes have a great bite initially. Few bikes have greater stopping power when they are at high speed. It all depends on the kind of brakes you have on the bike. Next, learn about the turning radius of the bike. Especially if you're riding a powerful bike, the bike is definitely gonna have very less turning radius. So it's always better to understand how much of a space does the bike need to make a U-turn. Also make sure you have the headlamp on all the time. I think the government is making it mandatory to have the always on headlamp, especially for two-wheelers. Also, it's recommended to switch on the hazard lamps when you're learning the bike so that people take notice of you, because you don't want a daydreamer to come and crash into you, right? Also, if you're very new, try to ride a powerful bike in an isolated location so that the chance of someone getting hurt is minimal. So just pick up some empty road or a dead end lane or something like that. But it's always better if you find a road which is a long straight stretch so that you don't have to make turns and all that till you get used to the bike. That's all guys. These are the basic things you need to keep in mind before getting onto a bike. Now all you need to do is take a deep breath and get onto the bike. Sit at the most naturally comfortable position possible. Next, remove the side stand. Of course, the bike is not going to start. Most bikes have this side stand sensor nowadays, so that's not going to be a big problem. Unlock the bike, switch on the ignition, switch on the engine cutoff switch. Make sure it's in neutral. I know you can start the bike with the clutch engaged, even if it's in a gear, but I don't recommend that if you're a beginner. Now once again, I want to caution you that if you're a beginner, don't directly ride a super bike or a very powerful bike. I mean, if you've been riding a normal moped, a gearless bike, I urge you to learn a normal 150 or 100cc bike first so that you understand how the clutch works. Because by mistake, if you release the clutch all of a sudden, the bike might just go and stop like that with a jerk. Or if your fate is really bad that day, it might pop up a wheelie. So be really careful guys. And if you're not used to riding a geared bike, definitely you need to practice on a smaller bike before going on to the powerful bike. Okay, next, assuming that you have experience with a geared bike, engage the first gear. If it's a 6-speed transmission, most bikes have 1 down, 5 up gear shift pattern. Take it easy, don't panic, don't think too much about the power and all. It's good to be cautious, but don't really go into a frenzy. Release the clutch just like you would do on a normal 150cc bike, and don't use the accelerator. Usually such bikes have so much power in them that you don't need to use the accelerator if you're a beginner. You can just release the clutch little bit and the bike will move. I mean, these bikes can start moving at a speed of 15 kilometers an hour just on idling. Don't accelerate or brake suddenly guys. These bikes are freaking responsive. They take command just like that. I recommend to power walk first. Power walk as in just put your legs down, let your feet touch the ground. It's okay, don't worry about who is looking at you. Just put your feet down, move slowly, release the clutch, don't use the accelerator. One caution is that I know it's very difficult, but even in the craziest of moments, don't try to brake suddenly, especially if it's a non-ABS bike. Alright, now stop. Keep practicing a few times on the first gear itself from a standstill. This makes you a bit familiar with the way the bike responds to the clutch and brake action. I don't mean that you need to spend a whole day doing that. Just 7 or 8 times. Maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Just keep practicing that until you feel like really confident. Once you're confident with the first gear, go to the next gear. Most of the bikes above 600cc can do speeds up to 70 or 80 kilometers an hour just in the second gear, but depending on the riding environment, you definitely need to keep shifting. By the way, just to let you know, the 600i can do a crazy 120 kmph in the second gear alone, of course at the red line, which is not recommended. Look in both the rear view mirrors before making the U-turn. Like I said before, it's always better to practice on a straight road until you get a bit familiar with the bike. That's all guys, keep practicing. Don't worry too much if you're planning to upgrade to a powerful bike. It's not really difficult, it's very easy. You just need to be careful with 2 things, the clutch and the accelerator. Respect the accelerator and the clutch properly and you're good to go. So yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys found this video useful. As always, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. Let's touch the 10,000 mark soon. The guys who have already subscribed, please push these videos more. Please share it more. Show some love and push them as much as possible. Follow me on Instagram. I'm pretty active these days. Alright then, see you guys soon with another video. Till then, take care, have fun, be positive and have a great weekend. Bye.